Welcome to my studio and to my website at 57streetmedia.com. I want to introduce who I am and how I got started into the business because a lot of people are advertising that they are voice coaches or something of the sort, and I think it's important for you to know my journey and how I actually ended up doing what I'm doing right now. And I started in 1986. That was a long time ago. I was 16 years old. You do the math. It was in New York City. I was wanting to be in radio. My dad was an engineer and asked if I would be interested in working in radio, sweeping floors and making coffee. And I said, absolutely. I jumped at it. And anytime if we took the transmitter off the air, it was me that would announce WMCA going off the air. If we were conducting tests from the transmitter site in Kearny, New Jersey, it would be my voice that would be all through Midtown Manhattan, all through the 5 boroughs of New York. It was very exciting. But I realized very quickly in trying to consolidate this as much as possible, but something occurred to me at the radio station when I was pressing the cart machines to play the commercials, and they weren't our commercials. I asked very quickly, who are these people? They're very good. And I found out they were voice actors that were employed to do commercials for thousands of dollars for national spots. That was appealing. We got paid halfway decent in New York and radio, but we didn't get paid thousands of dollars, maybe hundreds, but not thousands of dollars. And that was for endorsements, hundreds. So I went to the New York Public Library, checked out as many books as possible on voice acting, and then started knocking on actors' doors and began learning the art of voice acting. Now, it's important to realize there's a difference between broadcasting and voice acting. DJing, depending on what your format is, it's all about showmanship. If you're like 93.3 WFLZ, Tampa Bay's hit music channel, Keith Allen sitting in for Kane and The Kane Show, that's for adult contemporary or top 40 radio or whatever you want to say, or you might work for a smooth jazz station. We used to have a station here in Tampa, Florida that was called WSJT, and I miss it. Great format for jazz, and it was something like smooth jazz, 94.7 WSJT. And smoothing things out a little bit here in Tampa Bay, weather cooling down a little bit into the 40s overnight, a little chilly, and then up to the 70s by Monday. So we'll be in our typical Florida weather pattern back into the 80s by Tuesday. So it's a short, cold, windy, cloudy weekend. It's just that casual voice, and that's a DJ. That's being an entertainer, and voice acting has a more polished sound. Now, people at the radio station do commercials, but they're not polished. It just sounds like the local market. So the only best way I can explain this besides listening to my voiceover demo is by doing this real time to just give you kind of an example. Now, if you're not used to reading commercials, it's going to be a little difficult to be able to digest this unless you have experience doing it and have a repertoire of items that you've done successfully, so you can actually just look at a piece of copy and pretty much just let it go. All right, here's one for Act Restoring Mouthwash. Megan loves coffee. She really does. Here it goes. Megan loves coffee, but she doesn't know that coffee has acid, which breaks down tooth enamel. Thankfully, she uses Act Restoring Mouthwash with fluoride. It does more than freshen breath. It rebuilds tooth enamel, making your teeth 2 times stronger. Act. Smile strong. Now, I'm going to redo that because I was looking at the camera. I'm not going to pay attention to the camera. I'm just going to pay attention to what I'm doing. And we're going to kind of tighten this up a little bit. And this is how this goes. Tightened up. Megan loves coffee, but she doesn't know that coffee has acid, which breaks down tooth enamel. Thankfully, she uses Act Restoring Mouthwash with fluoride. It does more than freshen breath. It rebuilds tooth enamel, making your teeth 2 times stronger. Act. Smile strong. Here's a different one. This is CenturyLink. Every commercial kind of has a different attitude to it. My inflection is different. My personality kind of changes, switches it up. And that's voice acting for you. The intonation in your voice kind of switches. There's a reason no one says easy like Monday morning. Sundays are the Warriors' Day to unplug and recharge. What if this feeling could last all week? When CenturyLink is your trusted partner, it can. Our visionary cloud infrastructure and global broadband network free you to focus on what matters with custom communication solutions and dedicated support so your business can shine all week long. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. So that's another commercial. I'm going to do a few more before the end of this taping, but I want you to kind of hear the melody in those two commercials. Different with Act Restoring Mouthwash, more corporate for the CenturyLink. So the idea of training is to create a repertoire of items that you're used to seeing, hearing, and actually voicing. So it's training kind of like a musician learns how to play piano or guitar. It's very melodic. It's a melody to it. So the next time you listen to a commercial, if you're listening to somebody that's doing voiceover, kind of listen to that melody that's being played. And so that's what has to be actually ingrained into your head on how to do it. Now, not everybody's cut out to do voiceover. And usually people that are tone deaf, it's quite difficult to not just pick up an instrument, but actually do voiceover because there's an inflection to it. There's switches, for emotion. So if you're somewhat animated, you could be an introvert, and you can be animated because you have to be. So there has to be some animation to your voice so you don't put people to sleep. And that's the biggest thing, and that's acting. And for some, a little bit more difficult than others to actually work up that much energy to be that believable. Here's Chevy Silverado. You've worked hard. You've played hard. We figured you've earned your stripes. Introducing the new Chevy Silverado Rally Edition. Dependability meets attitude. Meet the 2019 North American Truck of the Year. It's Truck Month. Trade up to this all-new Silverado LT Rally Edition for a total value of $10,000. See your Southern Chevy dealers. I have one with the purple pill, if anybody's on that one. The purple pill? No, I'm not taking it, but I have done a Cialis commercial in my time. All right, here we go. She's still the one for you. And Cialis for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment is right. Cialis is also the only daily ED tablet approved to treat symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injuries, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss of hearing or vision or any allergic reaction like rash, hives, or a swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial. So there's that one. That's a mouthful. That was a 60-second commercial. Ouch. So there's just so many things that one can do. You got training videos. This is infotainment. This is bus safety rules. Listen to the difference of this one. Hey kids, be cool and follow these rules. Remember, school bus safety starts with you every morning and every afternoon. So just keep these 10 rules in mind. They're easy to learn and simple to follow, and they start before the bus ever stops. So be cool and follow these rules. First, be on time for the bus. Second, never run to or from the bus. Third, stand back from the curb. Fourth, don't push or shove. Fifth, stay in your seat. Sixth, don't yell or shout. Seventh, always obey the driver. Eighth, wait for the driver's signal before crossing. Ninth, always cross at least 10 feet in front of the bus. And 10th, never crawl under the school bus. So that's infotainment. We want to inform them, but we want to be entertaining at the same time. And finally, Mount Sinai Hospital, and this one is IVR, interactive voice recognition or intelligent voice recognition. Yeah, either or. You have reached Mount Sinai Hospital. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it now or at any time during this recording. Or for directions, press 1. For visiting hours, press 2. For admissions, press 3. And for a listing of doctors and departments, press 4. All right, so this is just a small taste of voiceover. There's so much out there. Audiobooks, radio, TV imaging, IVR that we just did, audiobooks, commercials, trailers. It's endless. E-learning, talking kiosks. There's a list of what is voiceover on my website. It lists all of those areas, but there's just so many different niche areas. And remember, it's not a one-size-fits-all. So what I would really recommend, if you're thinking about it, exploring the possibilities, bare minimal, take a voiceover consultation, either for 30 minutes or 60 minutes. And it really is money well spent to figure out if this is even cut out for you, if you have what it takes after learning what the industry entails, what you would be required to do, how the business works on the business end, because you actually want to make money doing it. But you have to have a plan, and it starts somewhere. And I hope that you'll consider 57th Street Media and my journey of 30-plus years doing this professionally as the voice of ABC World News for 10 years, Cadillac and iPhone, Pepsi, just to name a few, but tens of thousands of other infomercials, commercials, you name it, and coaching. And I'm proud to say that we have turned out hundreds and hundreds of people through the years of professional voiceover talent that are actually working, viable talent, coast to coast, doing what they actually love to do from home. Whether you're a retiree, getting ready to retire, ex-military, getting ready to be ex-military, a judge, a janitor, a teacher, somebody that's just always been envious of others that have done this, and now they're just kind of looking for an opportunity so they can actually use their voice, make some money, have some fun, and entertain that creative side that you've always had. And maybe now is the season for you to actually get into voiceovers and learn the art of voice acting. And again, I'd love to be your mentor and get you into the industry. I'm Keith Allen for 57th Street Media, where voices find homes. If you have any questions, feel free to call me, email me, or text me anytime.